We met at a class at ground school, and he I guess he noticed me first, although of course that's not what he says. He said I smiled at him. I didn't smile at him. I smiled at the guy behind him.
And I thought for sure she was looking at me. She claims she wasn't, but I thought for sure she was. So afterwards, I kind of tried to walk out with her, and I kind of had to catch up to her. And then I just asked her, "Hey, you been up yet?"
On paper, it was really good. Like, you know, he was a professional. I enjoyed talking with him and all that, but there was something that I could sense. I was worried wasn't gonna work out. And when he asked me to marry him, I actually was kind of reluctant to be honest.
She was a great girlfriend, and my thinking was, if the relationship was like this the rest of my life, I'd be happy. I'd be okay. When we moved in together, things were really challenging.
Because I could see, and it's not that he was a bad person and anything. I could see there was just stuff that I didn't agree with him. As far as money, the way money was handled, and lifestyle and all that.
She's just hard to live with. She has it's like her space, and I was in her space, and my part of the space kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller. I kind of always wanted to have a baby, and we kind of talked about it, and then your mom kind of liked the idea.
I never really wanted to have a kid. I knew it was a lot of work and commitment, and with the way he was handling his business, I really wasn't sure if we'd ever be financially secure to have a kid. But you happened, and at that point, there was no going back.
You just play in the bathtub and completely ignore me. I would just be reading, and you wouldn't react in any way. You know, I had no idea that you were even paying attention. We just did it. You know, one day you said you were going to read it to me, and you picked up the book and you opened it, and you were reading it word for word. What made it so tearful, happy tears, was that it was like, oh my God, all this stuff I've been doing, you've been listening, you know, and it's gotten to you.
You were more well aware of what was happening more than any babies I've ever been in. I've been with a lot of babies. I think I mentioned to you, just even on the first day you were listening to a conversation, you turn your head wherever somebody's speaking, you turn your head that way and that way. Even your eyes were closed. So you were, as a baby, you were almost like well aware of what was happening. Your awareness was very keen.
Mama's eating salad. Sweetie, I need you to sit down, please.
When it was, you know, time for a bath, you know, your mom would say, either get in the bath now or go to bed. And you would say, those are not my choices. So I thought that was awesome, that you were thinking out, you were not limited by people around you. You realized you were able to look outside of like the immediate circumstances and say like, wait, there are other options than that. Those are the only two things in the world that could happen to me.
This split up of your dad and I shows how loyal and committed you are. I really appreciate the fact that you did not want to choose and you didn't want to take sides. You loved us both equally, and I could tell that if you were to lose one of us, it would be very devastating for you. I think the moment that you saw that you could see him, be with him half the time, and could be with me half the time, I think that was very, very secure for you.
What I wanted to do while making this video was look through some of my old childhood toys, and then I realized that they're still just my regular toys. and they're just all from the same movie. What the hell's wrong with me?
You and your cousin Alora were like drawing pictures, and and Alora's drawing like somebody standing on a hill smiling with the sun, whatever, and flowers and stuff, and you're drawing somebody lying in a casket with her eyes X'd out, and you said her eyes are X'd out because she's dead. Yeah, I think you have an interesting kind of attraction to things that are interesting and different, and maybe make you feel a little bit uneasy, but in a cool way. Your affinity for the macabre and different and interesting things I knew was probably going to stay with you forever. Your ability to sort of understand and see your surroundings was going to be with you forever. Your willingness to stand up for yourself, I hope, is going to be around with you forever. I know things can happen throughout your life to like beat some of those things out of you. But I believe that through it all, you are going to find yourself and find your confidence.
Sammy?